Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Disaster Incorporated. Death is on the horizon, and oh my Gideon, everything is going wrong. Okay. Oh gosh. Right. We need to do good stuff and good things and not fail miserably and look like an idiot in the process. Okay, we need to get this going. I really do want to get this going because I'm hoping that this will be enough in order to alleviate the use of one generator, maybe. Because even if we remove just one generator, that would half our coal consumption, half our temperature production, and half our CO2 production. So I'm hoping that we can get that done. So I'm going to actually, let me quickly put all of this back on a 6. Just reset all of that back to basic 6. Let me see. Is there anything else that he's doing on the priorities? I don't think so. No. Okay. So, we'll put this on a 7. Just to bust down there first. I know this should be special wire. I would love to have this as special wire. I just cannot afford to have it as special wire currently. As much as I would love to have it as that. Okay, right. What about skills? How we... Ada, look at your morale, girl. You're incredible. Right, okay. What would you like to get? Tidying? Pipe emptying. What does that have to do with anything? Well, I mean, you would like that, but I could get you a different sort of thing. Machinery? I reckon so. Because then they'd be operating machines faster, which would be good. Oh no, you can't have that. No, definitely not that. Could you get anything? No, not really. And Lindsay, again, I'm worried about giving Lindsay skills. There's nothing like amazing she needs to do. I mean, maybe astronomy. Oh, go on then. In for a penny, in for a pound. Let's do this properly. Right, okay, these are still overheating, aren't they? Which I realised at the time the main reason they were overheating is because this bit of wall hadn't been finished yet, which meant the heat was bleeding through, because heat bleeds through the stone much easier than it bleeds through the walls, you see, because these are temperature resistant, at least somewhat. Not as temperature resistant as these are, but they're more temperature resistant than rock is, so that's why these were getting so hot, I think. I think that was the main problem. Right. Okie dokie. We'll let them run for a little while. This will hopefully be a slightly more relaxed episode than last time. We'll just relax and we'll let them get on with their work and we won't... Oh, sheesh, we've drained that already? Crazy. Okay, so we're going to have to send somebody down there to analyse it. So we've got field researchers, right? Yes, we have 2 researchers. We have Lindsay and Travalda, who are both field researchers. Okay, so we're going to have to send somebody down there in order to do some analysis. In order to actually work out what's really going on, but... Oh, this temperature problem. What I would give to shut these things down. I don't think we've run out of coal again. No, we've just got 3.5 tons of it. And we've still got this stuff up here. Okay. Oh gosh, now what? A person or a thing? Food. Oh gosh. Well, our food supply has just gone up a little bit. Back up to 4,500, which would be nice. Snores loudly. That I'm not having. You're also destructive, which is illegal as far as I'm concerned. You're also both binge eaters, so I'm not interested. I'm having the food. It will keep us going for a little... What under the sun is that? Also, why is there water here? What are you creatures? A gloopy slick star lava. One day it'll go into an adult. Diet of carbon dioxide. Excretion of oil. Oh, I remember. I got them because I was saying, yes, carbon dioxide is the thing we want to get rid of and oil is the thing we want to produce. That must mean this is oil then. Crude oil. Not really useful to me because it's in a minute amount. Oh, you don't have anything to refine it with yet. But it is oil. Fascinating. Fascinating. Not very useful, but still very interesting. Right, nothing to do but sit back and relax and let the place not be utterly disastrous for 5 minutes. Actually, I should probably get this back. I should re-enable this building, shouldn't I? Because we've got this piping system working again, haven't we? Because I sent this building off for ages. What? What is going on here? Why is that going that way? Wait. Water's coming in from this pipe. It's going up this pipe, and then it's going into here, but it's also coming out here? What? Oh gosh, do not tell me we're just wasting power, just permanently pumping that out of there so we can just go straight back down there again, because I get the distinct impression that's what we are doing. Oh dear, these bloody bridges. Oh, never mind, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, it's not the end of the universe, it's just a bit annoying, that's all. Okay, so we have actually, with the exception of this little bit over here, we have actually produced conductive wire everywhere. We have actually replaced all of our wire with conductive wire now. If you look at the power overlay, wherever I've left that, all of this is actually conductive wire now. This bit isn't. This much of it is conductive wire, and we're producing more special wire for when we actually get to this. Oh, good, they finished this now. So let me just... Oh gosh, what am I doing? Ah! There we go. Right, okay, we need a little bit more, but that won't be a problem. They'll build that in time. Oh, it's because of this. What is going on here? Seriously. Why? Surely the point of a pipe bridge is that it's not going up. Why are there these little bits here that are reconnecting it? It's driving me crazy. Oh dear. Give me a minute, I'll fix this bloody thing. Right, turn that off. Right, that's the problem, because this is a four-way. This isn't supposed to be a four-way. Deconstruct that and deconstruct it fast. That's not supposed to be a four-way. These little bits here are not supposed to be here. Get rid of that. Right, okay. Now if we build a bridge like that, right, that's what we're supposed to be doing, but we're not doing because for some reason it's gone completely barking mad. Right, there we go. Now if we enable the building, there, now we don't have those little bits at the back there. Right, now we're not wasting power on this pump. Sheesh. Oh, if there's anything on earth I despise, it is inefficiency. Okay, we're making progress on this, Oh gosh, and yet more of these are getting too hot. Oh dear. What if I turned one of these off? What if I disabled one of them? Just for the time being. Because I have good feelings about this. I don't know why, but I have good feelings about this. I'm also hoping that this will act as a little bit of a CO2 trap and drag a little bit of this down with it. Or at least we could maybe open it up, bust into here or something and let the pressure in there build up a bit. I don't know. Well, they've finished the fire pole up here. They've nearly finished this room here, so we're very nearly there. We're nearly there on that project, if nothing else. Yeah, look, half of these plants aren't just growing anymore because it's just too hot. Oh dear. tell you what I'm going to do. Actually, I'm going to put these on a priority of 8 because we have got to cool this area down a bit. It's just getting way too hot. And it's driving me crazy. Just turn one of them off for the time being, and then when we bust down here, we'll have this. How much... I haven't even looked at this. How much power does this thing generate? 800, which is actually more than what a coal generator takes. How much CO2 does it... CO2, how much gas does it want? Blah, 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 blah. 90 grams of gas a second. How much CO2 does that produce? That produces 20. Okay, so it produces a tiny bit more CO2, produces a tiny bit more heat, but it's in the middle of nowhere, the heat, so that doesn't matter. Overheats at the same temperature. Yeah. Also produces polluted water. Does that mean this needs a... Well, it doesn't say so. I mean, the ventilation output says it has outputs, but it doesn't... Maybe it just outputs bottled polluted water. I can only assume that's the circumstance. Okay, good. That is off for the time being, which is... Oh, we're out of ice. Ah, what am I doing? No, stop a second. Oh, God, we're out of ice. Right. Where's the ice? Seriously, where is the ice? Really, this is ice? This is just ice? I thought there was more here than that. Oh, sheesh. Right, go and get me some ice. Because we have completely run out of ice, which means our temperature problem is just going to get worse. Hooray! Right, okay, at least we've got a bed for somebody, for Hassan. Right, good old Hassan. Such a trooper. Right, okay, so we've got the people out of those beds, if nothing else. And yes, I know, I will move the showers eventually. I promise to do that. I will move those showers. Oh, shit, why is this collar so tight? Oh, no, we don't have quite enough power for everything. No, we don't, because this wire is broken. That's the reason we don't have power for anything. Oh, dear, why is that? Good. Right, how much ice did that give us? 6 tons. Good, we can forget about that then for the time being. Good, at least that's given us some ice, which unfortunately means they've got to go on an absolutely enormous trek to get it, but never mind. Wish they would take a whole load of it and just put it somewhere. Can I not tell them to put ice in one of these things? Liquefiable. Yeah, here we go. If I turn this off and then go liquefiable, there we go. And then put a sweep on all of that, and a sweep on all of that. Like that, and then priority 8 that. And that might help them bring it down a slightly more efficiently. Okay, that's starting to cool off again. Somewhat. See, this side is absolutely fine for him. It's really this side that's not working. It's just driving me crazy. But never mind, there's nothing I can do about that. Now it is just a waiting game. Oh gosh, now what? Oh shit, really? Because that's not high enough priority. Seriously? Come on, kids. I expected better than that. Come on, just put the ice away, so that you don't have to travel for 10 years in order to get any. I'd love to make some plastic ladders, but plastic requires oil. Again, yes, I know. Yet another thing that requires oil. Oh, there's some ladders up there. We could nab those ones. Waterweed seed. What a fascinating figure of speech. What's all this stuff? Sedimentary rock. How interesting. What are you guys? A puffed prince. What's a puffed prince? Lazy critter that excretes little solid lumps whenever it has been breathing. Digestion, polluted oxygen and chlorine. Oxygen, extreme slime, bleachstone and oxalite. Fascinating. What does the standard one do? Just eats polluted oxygen and excretes slime. They sound like if you were tactical with them, they could be quite useful. However, I don't have a tactical brain. In fact, I don't have a brain at all. I just have a lump of fluff in my head. Oh well, never mind. See, what I would like to do eventually is to completely get rid of this. Completely get rid of this, because this is such a messy, inefficient, nasty system. I'd love to just get rid of this completely and completely replace it with the power station down here for natural gas generation and another one somewhere else for oil generation, using some of it. Is that another facility down there? It is, isn't it? Well, that's probably more accessible than this one is, but I mean, we'd have to cut through a decent amount of slime, which I don't quite fancy doing. But never mind any of that. Has the ice up here been gathered yet? No, not really. Oh dear. Another one? Seriously? Have these been speeding up or something? Some algae or some hatching eggs? You're destructive, you're a binge eater. I don't like either of those. Yeah, I suppose I'll just say a little bit of extra algae. Not the most useful thing in the history of the... Well, I mean, it's very useful. I mean, it's not the most essential thing in the history of the universe, because there are still decent pockets of algae hanging around in different places that we can still make good use of, so I'm not enormously worried about that for the time being. Oh no. What? Don't tell me the ice is melting. Oh no 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 no. Do not. I will absolutely shoot myself if... It's too warm, isn't it? The ice is being stored at 24 degrees, which means it's melting and turning into water. I genuinely didn't think it was possible for me to be this stupid. I've just wasted thousands of kilograms of ice. Oh my giddy aunt. Let's just get on with this, shall we? Just for the sake of having done one thing right today, let's just get on with this, shall we? Giddy aunt, my giddy aunt. I seem to have solved the morale problem for the time being anyway, if nothing else. What sort of skill points should we be handing out to people? I always do like improved carrying, because improved carrying... Thank you. Improved carrying improves people's carrying capacity, which means they don't need to be walking around as much because they can carry more stuff in each go, which is always a good thing. Yeah, we'll give you tinkering, why not? Better artist, sure, why not? You're already in a deficit, you're on a budget balance, you're on a budget balance, you're on a budget balance. Okay. It's all fair enough. What? 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 Whoa, 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 whoa. Why are you starving, Ada? This duplicate needs food. Why are you starving? Where's your eating? Where's your eating job? Eating should be like #1 priority. Never mind the fans. Eat. Could work on eat, but it's not their top priority right now. Well, it needs to be their top priority right now. I don't give a... I couldn't care less what they're doing. Ada, eat something right now before I have a fit. That's better. Goodness, girl, you scared me. Don't do that to me. Sheesh. Kids matter too much to me, alright? I don't know why, but you do. Oh, gosh. It's not one thing, it's another, as I've honestly always said. And this horrible long commute they have to do every night to get to the bathrooms. It's driving me crazy. Why did I build these over here? Why didn't I build them over here like I said I would? And I could just put a ladder down there and everything would have been fine. Why did I have to be such an idiot? Why did I have to like this architecturally simple design? Why couldn't I just go for something practical? For once in my life, why do I have to value aesthetics over practicality? Turn of the century. Reached cycle 100. Well, good for me. Oh, gosh. Still plenty down. Is the temperature in here going down a bit? A bit? Not by a lot, though. This is still overheating. Why can I not make this area cold? Should I put insulated tiles in here? Yeah, I'm gonna have to. There's no two ways around it. Just because hopefully that will then push... It'll stop the heat from getting back in. It's not a good solution, but it's the only solution I can think of at the minute. And frankly, I'm clutching at straws right now. Food shortage. Well then, harvest! What are you doing? Harvest this stuff, for goodness sake. It's all set on a priority of 9. Harvest it. Thank you, for goodness sake, honestly. Oh, we don't have any food. What are we going to do? I don't know. Maybe harvest the food you've already got, you great gooses. Oh, great. We're going to have to enable the building of doom because we're running out of fertilizer. Oh, see, and it's already making a great big mess of it all. Please tell me that's just because of backlog of bad water. It looks like it is, yeah. Wrong element. How are you getting the wrong element? You've got everything you need, you stupid machine. Oh, fine, fine. Enable the other accursed generator. I don't even care at this point. At least we've got production of fertilizer going again, if nothing else. And eventually, when this gets built, that will hopefully solve the temperature problem in here, which at least gets food production back online. So much of this game is just sitting around, waiting for them to do different jobs. I don't know. Maybe I should talk about something. Talk about something in order to while away the time, because otherwise this video isn't going to have anything in. What shall I talk about? Shall I regale you with the fascinating differences in men's shirt design? Shall I talk about the fact that I know absolutely nothing about geology, and as such I'm scared to go in any direction to try and find an oil well, because I cannot for the life of me figure out which direction it's going to be in? Why are the doors to these facilities always in the least convenient place? Like, why does the door have to be down there? Why can't it be up there? Why can't this door be over here? Why does it have to be over there? It's really, really irritating. Honestly. It's like whatever creatures made these were not thinking of the futuristic species that would come down here in order to try and build a civilization in the most utterly disastrous way that could possibly be done. It's almost like they didn't think that people as stupid as me existed. I mean, honestly, what kind of civilization are they? Call themselves advanced. I've seen more advanced. Ants. I don't know where my wit has gone the past couple of weeks. I don't know. I just... Oh, the melting ice again. Oh, sheesh with the melting ice again. I'm so sick of it. This is nearly done. We're probably still going to have to send somebody to analyse this, but never mind that for the time being. Oh dear. Right, okay, what am I going to talk about? I don't know. I don't know. Why don't I talk about how difficult I'm currently finding it to not rip my head off when I see how irritating this machine is. Seriously, what am I doing wrong with this machine? Every time it says it's causing damage because it's getting the wrong element in it. But it's not. They're not putting the wrong element in it, and they're getting bad water in it, polluted water in it. So why is it constantly pumping out good water? It just don't make any sense. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, how difficult I'm finding it to find an identity for this channel. Not that it really needs one, you know, it's not like when I was naming the channel, I didn't make the mistake of giving it a name based on its theme. Oh, sheesh, whose stress is going up? Max, of course it's Max. It's always Max. What's wrong with Max? He's wet and he's hungry, he hasn't got any oxygen, he's cold, he's sopping wet, he's got wet feet, he's got popped eardrums. Frankly, Max can just suck it, because I'm honestly not interested in listening to his gobbledygook at the minute. Where was I? Oh, yes. I was very careful not to name the channel in a way that tied it down into one thing or another, because a great many people have made that mistake. They've named their channel in a way that has tied them into a certain genre or a certain thing. They've tied themselves to doing videos about 80s computer games, or they've tied themselves into playing horror games, or in doing reaction videos, or whatever it is, if those are even still a thing. Please say they're not. Many people make that mistake of tying themselves into one thing or another. I was very careful to avoid doing that, because I've seen other people make that mistake, and I didn't want to make it myself. So I was careful to avoid that, because I didn't want to tie us into one thing or another. And I still don't want the channel to ever be tied into one thing or another. I don't ever want it to be me playing just horror games, or just indie games, or just visual novels, or whatever it is, because I like to do differing things at differing times. You know, sometimes I'm in the mood to sit back and relax and have a nice story and flex my voice a little bit. Other times I wanna bang my head against the wall, like when I'm playing this or Subnautica. Other times I just want to cry my eyes out because of this machine. It can't be getting good water. There's none in here. Look, polluted water, polluted water, polluted water, polluted water. All of it is polluted. There is no good water in there whatsoever, and anybody that tries to tell me otherwise is probably more well-informed than I am, because I'm an idiot. But anyway. Oh dear. But finding... It's not... I wouldn't say no. I misspoke earlier. I'm not trying to find an identity for the channel. I'm trying to find a rhythm for the channel. Because I don't want the varying different styles on this channel to work in phases. I don't want it to forever be, I don't know, for like 2 whole months nothing but indie games, and then for 2 whole months nothing but horror games, and then 2 whole months nothing but AAA games, survival games, visual novels, blah 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 blah. The varying different styles that I've got of content. I don't want us to just sort of drift between one or the other, because that's no fun. Because if you come to a channel, let's say, argument's sake, we've got Joe, and Joe comes to the channel because he likes the visual novels. If I do visual novels for 2 months, Joe is very happy because he's getting exactly the kind of content that he enjoys. However, he's not very happy for the 8 months to come after that, when we have to cycle through all of the other stuff that we do in order to then get back to visual novels, which Joe actually enjoys. So as much as Joe will enjoy the channel in the short term, he'll get very disappointed in the long term, and the chances are, if I push Joe away for 8 months in order to, if you've just skipped to this point in the video, you're probably unbelievably confused. Don't worry, frankly, so am I. But anyway, for those 2 months, Joe will be very happy, but for the 8 months that come afterwards, he's going to be very unhappy. I need to stop telling them to put liquefiables in here, because honestly, it's just driving me crazy. Where were I? Oh yes. But of course, Joe will have to go away for the 8 months that we're waiting for the visual novels to actually come back to the channel. Did I not set this on a... This should all be on an 8, please. Thinking about it, I should probably put a door in here as well, like an airlock, just to stop the natural gas escaping, so the natural gas stays where it needs to be. And while Joe is away for the... I don't want any of you people. Maybe you... No, you snore. No, I'm not having any of you. Yes, reject the lot. Yes, Joe's gonna have to go away from the channel for 8 months waiting for the other stuff, and by the time the visual novels actually comes back, he's probably going to have forgotten the channel exists, and he's not going to bother coming back. So that's not a system that I like to do. So I don't want it to be quite that concrete. I don't want it to be, okay, this part of the schedule we're doing this, and that part of the schedule we're doing that, because that's too inflexible. It also means that I'm very likely going to get sick of it, because if I did nothing but visual novels for ages, I would get really, really sick of them really, really fast, which I don't want to do. I don't ever want to get sick of the stuff that I'm doing, which is why sometimes there are longer gaps between episodes of a series than otherwise, because I do get sick of games and I decide, you know what, just take a little break from it. We'll come back with a fresh head and we'll try and do it a little bit better, which, to be honest with you, I should probably do with this series. I should probably leave this one for a little break for a while. How is oxygen getting in here? How is that physically possible? Oh, I guess it's bleeding down from all of here, isn't it? What's that? Wheezewort. What? Consuming vacuum? Wheezeworts can be planted in planter boxes, farm tiles, or hydroponic farms. They absorb heat by respirating through their porous outer membranes. Hang on. What the sun is that noise? Okay. Wheezeworts absorb heat by respiring. Consumes 250 grams of any gas, cools the ambient temperature, and improves decor. Wheezeworts sound like the most unbelievably useful thing in the history of the universe, and there's a handful of them, so that is something we're definitely going to need to look into, because those could be a solution to the icy fans, or at least a supplement to them, which would improve things. Ugh. Why no fertilizer? For goodness sake, stop doing this to me. Where is it? Cultivatable soil, agriculture? We've got 3,400 kilograms. Why are you not doing this? Please, 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 please give them fertilizer. It's so essential, you don't understand. Just get them fertilizer, for crying out loud. Oh dear. Where was I? Oh yes. So I don't want the channel to be in too much of a rhythm, but at the same time I don't want it to be entirely random. It's this horrible balancing act. I don't want it to just be entirely random of me doing whatever I want whenever I want, because that's unpredictable. And I mean, some people like knowing that when they go to their subscription box at 8 o'clock, they never know what's going to be there. I personally don't. That's not really how I like to roll. I don't like that level of inconsistency, both in the people that I watch and the content that I make myself. I don't want, I don't like that. It's not consistent. It drives me crazy. And I've always had the philosophy when I started doing this channel in the first place, that I would make the kind of content that I enjoy. I would never do the things that I don't like other people on the internet doing. If I see somebody doing something on the internet and I don't like it, I don't do that thing myself, which is why I never engage in clickbait. I never do all caps titles with emojis and a million exclamation points. I never do any of that rubbish. I never do really crazy flashy thumbnails, mostly because I can't do them, because my Photoshop skills are about as useful as a jelly picker. It's not a mining operation. But I never engage in any of that stuff because I don't like it. I don't think it's good enough. I don't think it sets a good standard. I think, frankly, it's just insulting your audience. It's just nasty. There's just literally no point in doing it. So what? Yes, it may make your content sell better. You may get more views in your content, but are you getting? Oh, sheesh. Are you getting greater viewer durationships? Because I highly doubt that you are. Because surely the whole point of clickbait is to get people to click. Which on an advert is absolutely fine, because you want people to click on it and to get to your website. On YouTube, the system, however, is different, because YouTube doesn't really care anymore about the number of views that you get. It's more about your viewer durationship. Because I make videos that are, say, 45 minutes long. If people watch for 5 minutes, YouTube's algorithm decides that people don't really like that video because they came, sure, they came, but they didn't see and they didn't conquer. Oh, give me strength. I had a cold again, haven't I? No. We have, without wanting to be rude, a buttload of it. So why, precisely, may I ask, if I may be so bold as to suppose, under the accursed sun, do we not have the coal in it? So that's the standard I set myself when I started doing this channel, and that's the standard that I've tried to upkeep throughout the 2 months that this channel has been going, roughly. I think it's been 2 months, I can't remember. We've done about 60 videos, which tells me we've been going about 2 months. Okay, little bits of coal getting in. So, amongst that sort of theory, I suppose, amongst that sort of mindset, I also don't want to have videos coming out on the channel in a way that I don't like. As much as what the content actually is, it's not just about what is being delivered, it's also about how it's being delivered. You know, you could have a Bugatti Veyron being... Ew, where's all this natural gas coming from? Please tell me it's draining downwards. That would be absolutely fantastic if that's what it's doing, because it's definitely not coming out... No, it is coming out of here, because this was completely full before. Okay, can we get that built, like, pronto? Because, seriously, we're going to have ourselves a real serious problem if we don't do that. Never mind. Nothing I can do about it until they build that. So, yes, as I was saying, you can buy Bugatti Veyron, and you think, oh, it's the most amazing thing in the world, the fastest production... Oh, no, that's not the Veyron anymore, is it the Chiron? I've already forgotten. I haven't been into cars for years. You can buy the world's fastest car, and you think, oh, wow, that's amazing. It doesn't matter how it's delivered to me, I'm still going to love it. If it's delivered to you by a man wearing a high-vis jacket and no shirt on the back of a low loader that's really, really dirty, and they bring it in the middle of the night, and they don't drive it off the loader, they just push it off, and they just throw a brick through your window that's got some writing scrawled on it that says, your car is here, dude, you're not going to be overly chuffed. It doesn't matter what's being delivered to you. If the delivery is bad, it's not going to work. Like, the words to a song can be the most beautiful thing in the universe. If you're singing it in the wrong key, it's never going to work. Delivery is very important for these sorts of things. Boom. This should be quite exciting. If they'd ever build this! So all this natural gas stops escaping. This enormous amount of natural gas that we're wasting. So delivery is very important, so how videos come out on the channel is also very important to me. I so wish they would just do this. Surely a priority 9 means you leave everything else and do it. We just need to get this set to be open now that we've got this wall built here. Yes, delivery is very important, so how videos come out on the channel is also important to me, which is why I was careful about choosing the time of day that they would come out, and it's also why I'm careful about, the different varying regular... Oh, I see, they did bust a hole through here. They bust a hole through here to make this pipe, which is why this is all flown out. I see. That explains quite a lot. So that's why I'm careful about that, which is why the rhythm of videos coming out is important. Because what videos I make is the content, but in what order they come out is the delivery, to me anyway. So to me at least, it's important that the videos come out with the right sort of rhythm, and finding that rhythm right now is very difficult for me. Oh dear, we've only got 600 kilograms of coal. If we could just get this generator finished, we wouldn't have any problems with it. In fact, I don't even care anymore, I'm kicking this to the line. I've just absolutely had it with this power problem, it's driving me to absolute drink. Is there anywhere else? There's some coal there, but that's a minute amount. There's a fair amount in there, and there's a fair amount in there as well. But that would require something of an endeavour to try and get to it. Oh well, never mind, nothing we can do about it. So yes, finding the rhythm is quite difficult for me at the moment, and figuring out what videos should come out in what levels, and what sort of balancing I should be giving to anything, whether I should be prioritising one thing over the other, which I'm currently finding rather difficult. Not that it matters, because there's nobody watching and there's nobody even listening to this rant of mine, but I've kind of adopted the mindset that's an important thing that needs doing. I'm just not entirely sure as of yet. What is that? A fungal spore. Seed of dusk cap. Fascinating. So, I don't know. I don't even know if any of that made any sense or any of it was even vaguely interesting, but it's what I said and I can't take it back now, so I'll just have to deal with it. Oh, the gas vent overpressure. Earth was that noise? Really, gas vent overpressure? Give me strength. We're gonna have to like bust into here, aren't we? Or is it get in order to reduce the pressure a bit. I mean, when you take in the natural gas, the pressure of this will go down a bit, somewhat. I hope. Maybe, probably not. Okay, send somebody to analyze this, please. I don't know what the analysis does, but I'm hoping it does something useful. Oh, sheesh. We've got natural gas now. The only problem is we've got it in exactly the wrong place. Is that Charhills? No, that's Hassan. He's going to build that. Oh, I forgot that needs power as well, doesn't it? Okay, someone's doing some analyses. Good old Charhills. He's having to hold his breath as he's down there. Oh, that's going to take all day. Oh, and they've got to go so far to get back to a breathable atmosphere. Building broken? Oh, you're talking about wire. Shut up. No one cares about wire being broken. If you're wondering why I'm putting these lights up here, I've heard that they operate machinery faster if they're in light. So my idea is by building lights here, that may speed that work up a tiny bit. This is going to take forever. I didn't particularly want to do a thing like this, but I don't see that I have a lot of choice. We're going to have to keep busting into more areas of chlorine, which is why I've built this airlock here in order to try and prevent some of this chlorine from leaking out. It'll also allow us to go out there in order to get that, but... Oh dear. This is going to take all night, innit? I can already feel it in my bones. Really? I look away for 5 seconds and this gas pump starts pumping CO2 into this thing and now it's broken. Sorry. I just needed to bang my head against the wall for 5 minutes. I guess it's not a selective gas pump, so I perhaps don't know what I expected to see, but never mind. Just give me the strength not to cry my eyes out. Right, okay, I know we're out of coal, I know everything's going terribly, I know we're all about to die, I know, it's all a terrible, terrible travesty. I have made an executive decision. We're making a new washroom over here, by the way. We're making some progress on this. We got the algae terrariums. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to have to build another pump and pump all this back down here at some point. But I have the wherewithal to do that right now. So, I've made an executive decision that I need to inform you about. I have decided to put this series on a slight delay. I'm going to take a little break from it, a couple of weeks at least. I'm just going to forget about this game for a while, and I'm going to come back to it with a fresh mindset. Ideally when it's not quite so hot. Come back to it when it's cooler, and my brain is cooler. I'm just going to restart this series in a while. So for the time being, this is the momentary last episode of this series. We will come back. I must admit though, like, as a parting farewell, temporary farewell, as a parting temporary farewell, I am impressed how far we've gotten. I genuinely thought we would have died ages ago. I genuinely thought we were going to die around about episode 9, and we were going to have to restart this place with a new a colony. I am genuinely surprised we have gotten as far as we have, but for the time being, this game is wearing me down, and I don't think I'm as efficient at it as I could be if I had a bit more brain power behind me. So for the time being, we're going to forget about this game. We're just going to move on to other stuff for the time being and come back to this game a bit later when I'm a bit more clear-headed. Okay? Okay. So, thank you very much for joining me this evening. Oh, look at all this polluted oxygen. Ugh. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me this evening. I hope it's been enjoyable. Look after each other,